Alright, hey everybody, so welcome to another After We Fell movie video. So today's video is talking about the runtime, the length of the movie. So there's been like a lot of questions ever since the day that the trailer came out, because first Fathom Events said that it was going to be like 2 hours and 40 minutes, and then later in the day they cut it down to about 99 minutes. And so like there was like a lot of confusion, a lot of people like running around going like, just like what the hell is the runtime? Well, thanks to Castile and Jennifer Gibgot, we finally have the official confirmation of how long the movie is going to be. And I know that a lot of people are not going to be, happy with this. I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed with this, but unfortunately the movie is 98 minutes without the credits. So with credits, it will probably be right around the same time as like after we collided, which was about like an hour and 45 minutes. So without the credits, it will be about 98 minutes. One of the things that I know has gotten a lot of the fandom like really like running around right now is the response that Castile Landon gave when she revealed how long the film is, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that. So what she said was, "But alas, I think the runtime is 98 minutes, not sure with credits. My director's cut was significantly longer, 15 or 20 minutes, but I don't get final cut. Hopefully quality is greater than quantity. Fingers crossed." So a lot of people are wondering what the hell is Final Cut, and Final Cut is when a director has the complete power over the film, meaning that whatever you see on the screen, the director had every say in it. The studio cannot fuck with it. The studio cannot say, oh, cut this thing down by about, just to use this example, 15 or 20 minutes. This is the director's full vision. And when it comes to Final Cut, unless you are a really, 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 really big name director, you are not going to get Final Cut in the movie. And this is like one of the things that I really do hate about the industry. This is one of the things that continues to drive me up a fucking wall when it comes to the industry, when it comes to these studios, because time and time again, you hear these stories of these studios, fucking with these films, saying cut out, 15 or 20 minutes, or hacking these films to pieces, and then pretty much just like leaving the director with all of the blame. So they pretty much make the boneheaded, dum-dum ding-dong, decisions that they make, and then because the fans don't really understand what's going on, they think like, oh, this is completely the fault of the director. So these directors, like Castile Landon, get the bullying, they get the abuse, they get the vitriol from the fandom, from the viewers, when it's really the studio who deserves your vitriol. And to kind of talk a little bit about this a little bit more, just to kind of give you guys a few examples here, Suicide Squad that came out back in 2016, that was completely fucked with the studio. Of course, the more famous, more recent one, especially because we got, the much longer 4-hour cut earlier this year, Zack Snyder's Justice League was definitely fucked with. Another film called Once Upon a Time in America was fucked with, and the big example, because I did kind of mention this on Twitter yesterday, The Snowman. The Snowman was a film that came out back in 2017, and I'm sorry, but it was a clusterfuck of a movie. I hated that movie. I hated every moment of it, because you know what? It looked like, somebody had fucked with this thing, because it had the studio behind it. It had this big marketing push. It had like these big name actors like J.K. Simmons, Michael Fassbender, Chloe Sevigny, Rebecca Ferguson. I mean, just like a whole, like a who's who of the cast. Martin Scorsese was one of the producers. It was edited by Thelma Schumacher, or Schoonmacher, who is Martin Scorsese, big time editor. And so a lot of people were wondering, how the fuck do you have all of these pieces in place, and yet this film is such a clusterfuck? I mean, how do you have a film that is this incompetent, this, confusing, this, I mean, whatever the hell that film was, and it turns out they were not able to film 15 to 20% of the film. That is how much the studio fucked with this thing, that, that they were not, able to give them more money to actually film, 15 to 20% of the film. So we are released with this incomplete version. And again, who gets the blame? The director gets the blame. Snyder got the blame for, 2017's Justice League, even though it turns out that he had absolutely nothing to do with it. David Ayer, gets the, vitriol every single day from people. Less now, because he's been a little bit more vocal about, the fact that, the studio fucked with his film. He gets the vitriol every single day, even though he really didn't have anything to do with the 2016 cut of Suicide Squad. And so, and that's like one of the big problems that I have when it comes to this stuff is that directors are really left holding the bag. The directors are the ones who get all the blame because it's their name attached to the product. It is their name, that is out there, and then, and the studios are the ones who never get the blame. Now, I'm fingers crossing that when it comes to the DVD, that either we get the 15 or 20 minutes as like sort of like deleted scenes, or as like an extended cut. But the big problem is that even that is out of Castile Landon's hands. I mean, she can ask, hey, can we put this 15 or 20 minutes back into the film, and put it back, and do this whole like director's cut, or like this whole extended cut of the movie. But it really comes down to the studio, because even the studio, and more than likely the person who did say, okay, let's cut 15 or 20 minutes out of this thing, they're the ones who are going to have the power to say, okay, either we can get the director's cut, or these fans will never see that 15 or 20 minutes. Now, when it comes to that 15 or 20 minutes, we do not know what that 15 or 20 minutes looked like. We do not know, because for all we know, like, we could have been sitting there in that 2 hour and 40-minute cut of the movie, if that was ever a thing. I don't know where Fathom Events got that, because like that is like such a big leap from the 99 minutes. We could have been sitting there in the 2 hour and 40-minute cut of the movie, if we ever got that, and just go, yeah, you could have cut about 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes, like, yay, we finally got, like a long movie, but like, oh yeah, no, like you could have cut like 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes out of this thing. And that's like pretty much like what the director's cut could have been too. Like, we could have been sitting there going like, okay, yeah, you could have chopped, some time out of this. Like, it did not need to be this long. Although, yes, it does, because the book is this big, gigantic, gargantuan thing. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, this thing is fucking huge, and yet this seems to be the shortest film of the franchise. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, literally, this is something that you would do, like a 2 hour and 40-minute cut of the movie. Like you would actually have to do like this long-ass thing, just to do this book, any type of justice, and yet it is the shortest movie. But what I will say is, do not attack Castile. Do not give her your hatred. If you must hate anybody, go after the studio. Go after the studios who continue to do this to their creatives. Because again, this is the one thing that continues to piss me off when it comes to all of this, is that, again, the studios continue to fuck with the creative process. They continue to fuck with their talent, and then all of a sudden, they leave their talent holding the bags. They leave their talent, taking the blame for their stupidity. So jump down to the comment section below. Let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your continued love and support. As always, remember, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's go through all the stuff that you'll be able to find on this channel right now. So I'll be bringing you guys constant updates on After We Fell and After We're Happy. You guys are going to be so updated that you'll be begging me to stop the updates. Because I was terminated for so long, there's still a whole bunch of After We Collided stuff that I do have to catch up on, including topic videos, and those are coming sooner rather than later. As always, remember, this channel would not be able to grow to the heights that it has without you guys, and so for that, I'm eternally grateful. You know and I know there are plenty of fans out there, old and new, who have no idea, absolutely no idea that this channel exists, so please keep sharing the channel. Please keep spreading the word of Charles's movie channel, because this will easily be one of the best, if not the best, After Series channels you'll find right here on YouTube, or dare I say anywhere. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing. My name is Charles. Welcome to the After Series channel. I'll see you later. After fans, Joe fans, Hero fans, take care, y'all. Love you.